Hello and welcome to Wild on 6TV, the Oxford Channel. I'm Sasha Norris, and this foot belongs to a gentle giant, which is an essential tool in modern forestry. And I'm joining Alan Williams and David Giles at Springwood near Sonning Common to find out more about Domino and Harry.
Go on, Harry, get on, go on. Go on, you've got to go a bit, go on, get on, go on. Come on, Harry, get on there, go on, go for it, come on. He's 6-year-old.
Yeah.
He came with the name of Holbein after the German artist.
Yeah.
But I couldn't train him with a name like Holbein. So
You'd be shouting Holbein all the time.
He's Harry Holbein.
Hello, Harry. And he's a very heavy horse, isn't he? His legs are like tree trunks.
Yeah, he's very short-legged, very muscular. It's the main forestry horses in Scandinavia.
Yeah. He has to be able to sneak in amongst the trees and...
That's right, but he needs the power.
Yeah.
And you need weight to move weight. And he's 770 kilos he weighs.
And just talk me through his harness then. He's got a really old-fashioned sort of yoke on, hasn't he? Like.
No, he hasn't. No.
Right. This isn't state of the art.
Yes, basically. This is Scandinavian harness. When hopefully a horse in a woodland situation, you hope it doesn't go down. If it does, this is designed, all the equipment is designed to get the horse away.
To keep the horse up?
No, once it's down, you can get it out of the equipment. If Harry goes down, we can break the collar like that and he's out.
Okay, and you can get him out of a difficult situation that might damage him or...
Yeah.
Right.
And then...
Isn't he lovely?
When it comes back here to the timber arch...
Yeah.
You would snap that off and the arch would then just come away.
Come out, so you can get your horse out if there's... Yeah. So that's if he's... So we haven't sort of explained to people what you're doing yet, because we're going to see you working in a minute, but your job is to bring out logs and tree trunks from a woodland that's of conservation importance, isn't it? So where you don't want to damage the floor of the woodland with machinery, you take the horse in, is that right?
That's right. That's right, and it works very well because it actually does sort of harrow, as it were, the paths.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of regeneration.
So you actually keep the paths open, but you don't damage a wider area?
That's right. The horse can work in 4 foot.
Yeah.
The tractor needs 8 foot.
Right.
These are Norwegian. I better take this off because this isn't part of it.
Is that your seat?
That's just for me to sit down because I'm getting lazy. But basically these wheels will take off so that you've got skids underneath. So that if you were in muddy conditions, you could actually just take the wheels off. This basically, all this does is to get the timber off of the ground. Right. To make it easier for the horse. Is in there.
Yeah.
So my foot is then.
Yeah.
You ratchet it up.
Don't ratchet yourself, Dave.
Yeah. You'd ratchet it up.
Are we going to see it in action?
You're going to see it in action, yes. And hopefully we might have you on the reins.
Excellent. Right, let's go have a go.
Yeah.
Good.
Fine.
You coming, Louis? Come on. We're going to go with Harry.
We are. We are.
Yeah. Come on in, Lou.
We're not. Ooh. There's a rack over there. I'll go and pick that up.
Okay.
Come around, Harry. Come around. Go on. Come on. Oh, you need you need the butt end well off the ground, because otherwise you're dragging all the ground along.
Yeah.
And it's hard on the horse.
So you just need as little touching the ground at the back as possible.
Yeah, that's what all this is about. Go on, Harry, go on, get away. Away, away, Harry, go on.
Get back.
Oh, wait, stand.
Now I'm interested in how you're going to get him to lie those logs that way on the...
Now we do that, that's what these tongs are for.
You
we
do
lay,
that?
Well, because there's a fence, you can't...
Yeah. No, I was wondering how he was going to do that.
Normally what happens is you have a rack.
Yeah.
Those pieces of timber on the ground is a rack.
Get back.
He'll step over that rack, pull the timber up onto the rack, and we'll have a bed.
Yeah, I can see that, but you can't go that way, can you?
We can't do that, so we've, unfortunately, that's where the lorry has got to come in to pick the timber up.
Right.
And that's where the customer wants the timber, so that's what he gets.
Now you just said to Harry, you said stand Harry, and you're just standing there, you're talking to me, you're looking the other way, you've got a horse that, what does he weigh? Do you know what he weighs?
Yes, he's 3/4 of a tonne because I took him
ton.
on Curtis Weybridge.
Okay, how many tonnes are you?
Me? Oh,
Not 3/4 of a tonne.
Not 3/4
So you're standing there with this 3/4 of a tonne like this and you're talking to me over here and you say, oh stand Harry, and he just stops.
Yeah.
Now, do you think you could do that with other breeds of horses, or do you think it's the working horse, or do you think it's the way you work with them?
You need a cold-blooded horse, i.e. a horse that hasn't been effectively bred for jumping, eventing. If it's hot-blooded, it's going to jump and you're not going to do anything. It's going to be hyper.
Okay.
So you want the true breeds. These are specifically, stand Harry, these are specifically forestry horses. But in this country, there's more and more people going into the coloured cobs because they haven't been messed about with. They weren't commandeered by the forces for use in the army. So effectively, they're a pretty true, like
some of the big
mongrel
shires or our dens have been bred with hot-blooded horses to get them a bit more.
Yeah, we think we can do better than nature, and we can't, effectively.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, if you get a hot-blooded one in the woods, it's hopeless.
You're in trouble.
Big trouble.
Now, is this a boy or a girl?
This is a boy.
This is a boy. Now Alan, he looks like a real gypsy horse, doesn't he? Looks like a real...
Yeah, with it being coloured and...
Yeah. Is that right? Where's he come from?
Well, he's actually originally from Ireland.
Yeah.
He started life, we come across as a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
That's what we know, and he started life trekking. He's been trekking until 12 months ago.
Right.
He's my partner's horse, and we
took
him away from trekking and broke him to drive, and he's not looked back.
And he's how old is he?
He'll be 6 now.
Okay.
So he's only a baby.
Oh look, there's David's got another part already. That was quick, wasn't it? But, oh, look at that horse's feet. What do you like about doing this work? And what attracted you to do it? It's a very strange profession, Aaron.
It's just an attraction to the horses, really. It's something I've done. I've worked horses. We run a little wedding carriage up at home as well. So it's just basically wanting to make a living out of the horses, and I've had connections with the woods all my life, so it's just a progressive step, really.
Way of working with the horses and being outside. And...
Yeah, so I've been connected with forestry and stuff sort of since I left school, so...
It's a wonderful job, isn't it?
It's a good site here as well, it's nice and dry and...
Yeah. I mean, I can see that it's very hard work and it's very physical. I mean, you're sort of, you know, if the log goes over your foot or you get stuck or the horse jumps, then you're really, you know...
You've got to trust your horse 100%.
Yeah.
You really have got to trust him.
I mean, almost more than riding a horse, or
yeah,
you know,
you've got a lot less control than you have when you're riding.
Yeah, you're not on top. You're not sat on top. I mean, that's what I was saying.
That's it.
Because David was chatting to us and he was looking the other way, and like you now, I mean, the horse is doing exactly what you want it to do, but yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Well,
you're not sat on it.
No.
Yeah.
It's a lot of training, but it's, you know, it pays off after a while because you know it's safe. Because it's a dangerous situation, you can get in with a horse in the wood.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay.
Come on, fella.
me was when Domino, isn't it, was just ready to go, and they'd winched the log up to the right amount at the end. He was ready to go. He's like, "Come on, this is the signal we've got to go." And we were waiting for you, and he just stood there and he looked around and he tried to like, "Look, why aren't we going?" And then he stamped his foot really vigorously, and Alan was like, "No, you've got to stand." He was like, "Okay," and he stood there. Anyway, he's pleased that we're off now. Look, he's a young horse. He's slightly impatient, but he's so obedient. Come on then. Go on, lad. Dave was just saying, if you look at this space here, it's very narrow. He's got to come. He's standing here, and he's got to come round this corner and through there. And the tractor would have trouble doing that, whereas the horse, no problem. Isn't that lovely when he talks to him?
Away is to the right.
Yeah.
And come round is to the left.
Right. So he's in a minute. He's got to.
Would you like to?
Okay, I can have a go.
I'll come on this side. He won't do anything, but if he does, just let the reins go.
Louis, you heel.
I'll
Yeah.
get them.
Okay.
Right.
Come on then, Harry. Gentle. Do you want to go straight?
The right one a little bit.
What's the word?
Away, Harry.
Away, Harry. Away. Louis, heel. Away, Harry.
Pull on that one a little
Away.
bit. Just keep attention on it. That's it.
That's it. Good boy. Good boy. Heel, Louis.
Take him alongside the next back.
Away, Harry. Away. Good boy. Come round or not?
Get him in there.
Come round. Come round.
Away.
Away. And you were telling me that you don't just use the horses, you also use other machinery as well. So it's not like you're sort of anti-tractor or anti-quad bike.
No.
It's just that in some situations, a horse is a much more effective tool.
Yeah. You would find here the quad bikes would just skid and slide about.
Alan's just changing his equipment over here. Alan, what are you up to?
We're just changing over to get a hung-up tree out.
Right.
So we're just the arch is no good for that sort of thing, because when you try and lift things high up the ground, it just lifts the arch up.
Now David was explaining to us about his harness.
Yeah.
How is yours different?
It's very similar, apart from I use English collars and English hames. It's still all quick release on the same sort of principle. And rather than David, when he gets stuck taking the bottom of the collar out, I just pull that top strap from that one, and you walk the whole thing. You don't even need to take out of the arch, you can work the whole thing out.
The horse can walk out. And that's not just important because you love your horse, although of course you do, but also the horse is worth quite a lot of money, isn't it?
He is. He's at the end of the day, he's a piece of valuable equipment.
Because it's taken you a very long time to get him to the standard that he's at.
Yeah, to go backwards and sideways and whatever else he needs to do.
So what's this you've attached
This
to him?
is
This looks very serious.
This is it's an old-fashioned piece of kit. It's called a swingle tree.
It's called a metal bar.
Yeah, it's a metal bar with two hooks.
Well known for batting people over the heads
now
when you're cross for them. And what is it for?
Basically, you attach a chain onto either end.
Yeah.
And then the rope or the skidding chain goes straight onto this, and we'll show you that when we get down to the hung-up tree.
Right. Okay. So I think that's probably the best.
This is just transport mode.
And this is a beach.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're gonna.
So it's quite a weighty piece of timber.
Yeah. And a nice piece as well. And your girlfriend was saying that when he doesn't work, he's a real tearaway. He gets all agitated.
He does. He gets impatient when he's not working.
And he needs to be doing something.
Yeah.
He needs employment.
He does.
Yeah.
He needs employment to keep him happy.
Yeah. He's got a job.
Yeah.
He just needs a job. What have we done here? We attached a chain to the tree and a rope to the chain.
Yeah, I mean basically we've cut the tree.
Here we've got a chain.
Yeah, we've got a chain. That's got a
I'll get it out for you, Dave. Don't worry about the horse. Plaited rope with a bit of give so it doesn't jolt the horse. And then we're going a long way over here with this rope, aren't we?
Take it as far as possible.
It's a very long way up. take that off? Why have you taken that off?
That's just for storage. Transport. Stand.
Right.
So that's it. Now he's pulling from the shoulders.
Okay.
And David's taking his bowline out of this end.
What's he done? He's taken the knot out.
How do you tie the bowline, David?
David. Is this a special knot?
Yes, it is, so that you can get it undone. And it's called a bowline.
Right.
So you actually put it on there,
Look, we're learning knots today.
twist it over,
Yeah.
under
Under.
and through the hole.
Is that a sort of
Tighten
old,
up.
sort of navy knot?
Yeah, it's what they used to put on the sails, so that when the sails were really tight,
Yeah.
you could actually undo the rope. So
Right.
when it pulls up, that'll pull really tight. If it goes really tight, you then just pull that up and you can bend that over
And you can
and
undo
you can
it.
undo it.
Ah, very clever.
Steady. Come on. Steady. Steady. Come on. Come on. That's it, now he's taking in the straight.
Okay, so he's saying that we put a bit of timber between the tree and the rope just to prevent the tree. Come on, Lou, Scott. Is that to prevent it scraping too much of the
Yeah,
bark?
you don't want it debarked, but that's really not a big enough piece of wood, so
Get another one.
you know that's what you would.
Protect it with that.
Yeah, and,
Right.
and when you're doing a lot of skidding with the arch, you would have a lot of those all the way round.
Yeah.
Hold it! No, stop.
Oh, it's gone right into the soil, isn't it?
That's what's happening. You can't get the. Oh no! Sir,
No!
hold on. He's well
He's well in.
in. In Sweden,
Oh.
2% of the timber is taken out by horses, which doesn't sound much, but that 2% in Sweden is more than the whole of the UK. What I'm trying to do is to get enough just to stop it from digging in.
Wow, it's well and truly stuck in there, isn't it, Dave? Stuck.
Right.
Is he going to manage to get it out? I think he is. Whoa. Yay. Fantastic. That is... Wow. That's no joke, is it?
Come on then, fella.
Go on.
Come on, pull up. Come on.
Well, that's it for Wild this week. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you to the Chiltern Woodland Project for having us, and to David, Alan, Domino and Harry. We did this story because David Giles got in touch with me and saying how wonderful it was, and did I want to come and film his working with the horses. So if you've got a story going on in the Oxfordshire countryside near you, then do get in touch, because you might just get on the television. You can write to me, Sasha Norris, at the Oxford Channel, 270 Woodstock Road, Oxford, OX2 7NW, or you can email us at admin@oxfordchannel.com. Till next time, take care and keep it wild.